understand what you mean when you say two nations. Then you're saying
Explain
so the
what
first.
nations mean.
So look, bro. So the black person is one nation, right?
Not the black person. It is white.
Okay, man. Okay, all right, my fault.
So there's no such thing as black.
Hold on.
That's black, bro.
My bad.
You not that color,
Brown,
bro.
whatever. You
So
go ahead, man.
okay,
Go ahead.
so one nation is
Right.
melanated, and then the other nation, which is the second nation, is what? Albino or white?
We were the second nation. The first nation came out east.
Okay, so bruh, was that second nation albino or was he white, bro?
He was right now.
Okay.
Genesis 25:25. It said, and the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. Now, who is the red people in the world today? Red, pinkish color.
White people.
White people.
Exactly.
So he had a white baby.
That's their description right there. That's where they come
But
from.
I'm telling
But that's
you,
not genetically possible.
Exactly.
Yeah, well,
It's
that's not genetically possible.
at all.
He's saying.
Do you know
okay,
that?
So listen, okay. So now that's my question. My question to you is, how did we create the white man? If he came from us.
Through, like I said last time, genetic manipulation.
Right.
You get an albino. I'm about to tell you. You get an albino, okay? So, for instance, y'all two have an albino baby, right? Him and his girl have an albino baby, right? Me, I'm black. I got a black baby. I'm gonna make my baby with your albino, right? Now, the baby's gonna come out lighter, right? So it's a process like that. That's genetic manipulation, bro. I told you about how it talks about the speckled and spotted, how they separated the speckled and spotted. That's exactly what it's talking about, because what did I say before? That this book is an allegory. So it's not describing, when it's talking about animals, those are the symbols that they're using for human life.
So can we create that same pattern today?
What you mean? It's already here. That's how you know.
People clone it.
Okay,
That's how you know it's already here. That's how you know it already happened, because the white people are here.
Okay, but listen.
And look, hold on. I'm gonna tell you before you even keep going. We know as a fact, bro, the white man, the white gene, is only 6,000 years old. So it had to be genetically manipulated, because we can look at civilizations that are 200,000 years old that didn't have any white people around. You get what I'm saying? So
Did they just pop up on
exactly, it's a genetic manipulation that we did to albino. Like I said, that's why I say an albino, they have zero melanin. You can't, an albino cannot make, like with you know what I'm saying, somebody with 1 to 2% melanin.
This is my next question then. Can we do that same genetic manipulation now?
Yes.
We can perform that right now.
You see
Right
the cows,
now.
you see what they do with cows? They're genetically making cows and all this other shit.
We're talking about humans.
Okay, humans, it's the same thing, bro. They making clone humans.
Listen to what I'm saying. Right. All I want to know is if we can do that same pattern now.
Right.
And somebody will come out with the same white hair as a white person, the same everything as a white person.
Right.
Can we do that pattern today?
Yes.
You believe we can do that today?
Bro, do you
Why?
believe we can walk on water and talk to bushes today?
No.
Okay,
then,
so
how
then,
could you believe it in that book?
right.
That's all you go to, bro. But
No, because that's
let me ask you
It's
something.
the
Let me
same
ask you
thing,
something.
bro.
It's the
It's
truth.
their
I
book.
understand that's the
Right.
truth.
It's the topic.
Just
It's
like
in
I
your
asked you
book,
last
bro.
time.
Can I say this? Can I
Just
go?
like I asked you last
All right,
time
go ahead.
to come back to your question is,
Okay.
can your energy or God do anything?
He already did it, and that's why we're here today, and we can only do what he has done
You're
for
right.
us.
He has already did it. The
So
plan is
he
already
hasn't
written.
changed it. He cannot. The God that created this world did not come back into this world
And change
and
other
just say,
shit.
okay, I'm gonna allow you to do this. I'm gonna allow you to
Exactly,
do this.
right.
I'm gonna break the structure of what I've already made. Because then, if that's the case, you're saying that God was wrong. He made a mistake. So I need to come back and fix it. That's what you're saying. Wait. No.
Same structure,
Listen to what I'm saying.
Hey,
If God,
Just listen.
if God,
We were talking about the events that God has done in the Bible,
Yeah, bro.
and you guys are saying you don't believe that. But how did that go to that?
okay, listen, I'm saying, if God created the earth a certain way, when he said, bam, this is earth, the God, whoever, the human form that was in the air, that according to y'all, because y'all say he was made in our image, if he was floating in the air, in space,
And he
wherever,
created the
and he
earth.
created the earth.
No, you agreed on how God created the earth
Okay,
last
bro.
time, right?
It doesn't
I'm
matter,
just
bro.
saying though. I'm just saying because
I don't-
you're saying
I didn't
now
agree
like
that he
he's
was
a
a
big
person.
man and all that.
No, because you're saying in the image. You're saying in the image. But I feel like our true image is within us already. It's within, the image of us is with a baby. We were a baby before we came out. Our image was already made, right?
Exactly.
You confused?
Yeah.
So the spirits,
when
Is
you
that
come,
not the image of us? That's our true
he's
image,
talking
right?
about the physical being of a human. Like,
Right.
because if that's the case, he
We don't-
could have been a baby, bro. Because everybody starts off as a baby. So if we're built in God's image, we would be a baby, right? Or he would be a baby in the
Or he
beginning.
was a grown man.
Right.
That's beside the
Yeah,
point,
that's
bro.
hella
That's
besides
besides
the
the
point.
point of his image and all that. That's besides the point. What I'm saying is, if God created the earth and he said, this is what I've done, I'm done. After the 7 days and he created everything, if he said, this is what I've done, bam, now he went away or whatever.
Yeah, took a step back now.
And then, now something happened on the earth, and then for God to say, okay, well, I need to come back in and step in to fix this, that means if he's fixing something, that he made a mistake, right?
There's nothing that he was fixing though,
Bro,
What
if
event are you talking about that he had to fix?
Yeah.
for him to make Jesus, to come to save the world,
His
him,
plan was
that was-
already there
or
from the beginning of the book, bro.
for God to, I'm saying fixing, because for God to do something that is not possible today, that means he had to come back to say, okay, I'm gonna allow you,
To do
Moses, to split the waters, to create, to break the natural laws of life.
Exactly.
He had to say, I'm gonna allow you to do that. Right. So that's saying that
came
I'm
back.
gonna allow you to fix
Exactly.
this situation, bro. So that's saying he made a mistake, bro.
How do you make a
How do you
mistake?
make a
He gives
mistake? That don't
he
make
gives
no
us
sense,
choices
bro.
as people.
Oh,
You know what I'm
exactly. So if we have choices and free will, if we had all that from the beginning, and that's what it is today, how in the world can only certain people be able to do these acts that they performed in the Bible?
Bro, God's giving you a choice to do what you're doing right now, bro.
Okay, so
having the beliefs that you have right now.
Exactly.
You're just like the people that was back in the day, bro. That you're like literally, I'm not getting at y'all or nothing, but like really niggas like y'all, bro, is the reason why we are in captivity still. You feel me?
so?
Because y'all got your own views on life. You feel me? Y'all thinking with your own mind.
So that's what they were doing.
Exactly.
That's what they were doing in the beginning, bro. The book was not here. They were thinking with their own beginning. Free will, right?
Mind, bro.
Yes or no, bro? Yes or no? Is that what they did in the beginning?
Bro, listen to what I'm telling you.
Okay.
When I say by y'all thinking with your own mind,
Were
y'all
they not
thinking
doing that in the
y'all
beginning,
thinking of-
before
y'all
the
thinking
book?
of ways like, oh, this is how life started, or this is how it.
Nah,
Next question.
no,
That's
I'm not.
Feel me? Like,
No,
Bro,
not.
that's how it
What y'all
was,
think?
bro. This book was not here. God didn't say here.
Exactly.
God didn't make the book and put it here.
Okay, let me
This is
ask.
my
Can I
question.
ask
Wait,
you
I got
something?
a question for you,
For
then,
sure,
because
for sure.
y'all went there.
For sure, for sure.
What is who is your God?
No, we
What
don't.
is
We
your
don't want to go there. We don't want to go there yet, because we're still trying to figure out one thing.
Right, we were still on
still
this,
trying to figure out the fact that did God come and break the natural laws of life to
Yeah, he
allow
did.
somebody to do something
He
at
did
once?
that
everything
several
that-
times.
yeah.
Several times.
So
All
then
the
he-
evil.
What do you
so
mean
then
why?
what-
So he made a
Because
mistake.
that's his point. That's showing his true
So
power.
then he made a mistake
That's
then,
what
right?
God
So he
does,
had to
bro.
fix
He shows
something,
his
right?
power, bro.
So he had to fix it then, right?
We as a people.
He didn't have to fix nothing, bro.
Yes, he did. If he
Bro, is he fixing our situation now?
No.
Why?
Because we're still in this
Because niggas like
situation.
y'all, bro.
It don't got nothing to do with us.
Exactly.
Because
It literally is,
it
bro.
don't, bruh.
It is, because
So-
how are y'all
so-
gonna get the people
so-
together, bro? That's the question that I have for y'all.
How-
How are y'all planning to get the people together with
To-
the conscious mind movement?
For none of this to be even
Exactly.
relevant. If you take this out the picture, then it's us. We're not worried about
Exactly.
what God did for
Exactly.
in the past of any situation,
What
because
else, bro?
we're going to focus
Let
on
me
what
ask
we
you-
have to do today.
Exactly,
What
to
can us
progress.
as a people, as a nation, right? Under another nation at that, you feel me? What can we do to get ourselves back on top of this person that's ruling us? Because
What? Look,
Wait,
look,
let me ask you.
I'm about to answer the
Wait,
question.
I have to tell you this
Okay.
before you keep going.
Okay,
There's no military might.
okay.
There's no economic might. You feel me? There's no
You're talking
might.
about with us, right?
Right.
Okay.
As a nation, we
Okay.
have no might at all. There's no unity.
Exactly. Okay.
And the unity part is big, bro, because you have to have something that you're coming under and you're uniting under.
Right.
You feel me? Just like the Arab, for instance. They're not just uniting under, oh, we're Arab people. Nigga, they have a
Okay,
God,
so we're
nigga.
going to unite
You
under
feel what
God.
I'm saying?
But we're
Chinese
gonna
ain't doing
unite
that
under-
either, are they?
Under the
They
God
have
that
a
we
God,
all believe
right?
in. I'm not going to say.
Right
So
or
can
wrong?
I
I'm
answer
just
your
asking
question?
you a question.
Okay,
You gotta answer the question.
I'm
Build
answering,
it.
and I'm answering your question. I said
Yeah.
we're going to unite under God. We all believe in God, right? We all believe in one God. I believe in God. We're
Energy.
telling you, no, God, bruh. God is that
There's
energy.
no God, though,
What?
in your
Bruh,
doctrine.
I'm telling you, so don't tell me.
Okay, so
I'm telling you,
this is my
God
thing.
is that energy.
This is my thing.
We don't
This
have
is
a
the last
doctrine,
question
bro.
that I
You
asked
have
y'all.
the
This is
doctrine.
why I said that you don't have a God, bro.
Bro.
It's because you wasn't able to tell me last time who God is.
Okay.
Because
You don't know who God
What
is.
plan does
You
God
don't know who
have?
God
What
is.
plan does God have for you, bro?
God, I don't know. Do you know?
That's what I'm saying.
Do
Yeah,
you
bro,
know?
do this.
No,
Do this.
bro.
You don't even know, bro. That's what I'm
God
saying.
didn't
Like,
even write that
he didn't even
Bible.
write that,
Right.
bro.
So how do you know that's God's plan? That was
Listen
inspired by who?
Listen what I-
Moses, right?
listen
And
what
the- and the
You
rest
don't
of
even know
his.
what the Holy Bible means. I
Listen
already
what I'm
told you what
asking
the
you.
Holy
Listen
Bible
what I'm
means.
asking
Exactly, and his prophets.
Listen to what I'm asking you.
So he had the same willpower that I have, right?
I got another question, bro.
Bro, you can't
You're
just
trying
keep
to be
asking
nice about
questions.
it. I'm serious.
If you just
Okay,
asking
so
questions,
go
you're
ahead.
not answering
Go
no
ahead.
questions,
What
though.
question?
They did
Just
this last
asking
time. They
questions.
did this
you
exact same
I'm
thing
saying.
last time, bro. That's
For
why we
one.
never got nowhere because
Bro, honestly,
we was on Esau, my nigga, and niggas didn't even get past Esau right now, bro. So
I did. I answered
you didn't, bro. We
I
didn't even
told
get
you. I
past
went to that
Esau,
scripture,
bro. Like I said, we cannot even get past the fact of if a black person makes an albino. You ask me, okay, so then how did the white man, and I told you, but you still never told me about yours. You never told me about how it happened. I mean, you never told me, no, this is what I'm saying. You never told me how it's possible for a person to have a white baby and not an albino. Because that's genetically impossible, bruh.
Bro, what are you talking about?
Bruh,
Are you talking about a black person having a white baby and an albino?
No,
White baby.
you
White
said,
baby.
bruh, you said Esau is what?
White.
He's white.
Or
He's a white
albino.
race.
Which one is he?
He's a white race.
Okay.
He's okay.
Not albino. We just
Okay,
went through
okay,
this.
Okay,
bro.
okay, I'm just asking,
I
bro.
know, but we went through this. Bro.
Okay.
It's frustrating when you heard something and then you said I didn't explain.
Okay, so this is what I'm here to tell you, bruh. From a black person with a black female, it is genetically impossible to create a white race that you're talking about. Genetically. So explain to me how the fuck that happened, bro.
Because this is God's words, bro.
I don't give a fuck if it's God's word, nigga. Genetically is proven, my nigga.
Disagreement right here. You believe in science. We're spiritual.
No.
You feel me?
No.
That's
No.
exactly what it is.
That's
bro.
not what it
Because
is.
if you can't listen,
You're not
I think it's
spiritual.
just like
You're not
last
spiritual,
time.
bro.
Logically,
What you
Last
got
time,
is not
listen,
going over. It's not spiritual.
logically,
It's physical. You live in a physical world today.
Exactly.
It's not spiritual
Logically
at all.
nowadays, bro, what do you see, bro? Do you see a black person having a white baby? Let's say Trump. Is a black person giving birth to somebody like Trump or an albino nowadays?
No, but that's basically
You
what
see
they're
an
saying
albino,
too,
you see
though.
a person, you see a
We're
person
not
giving
The
birth
gene
to
was
an albino.
manipulated and that can happen though.
Bro,
Through genetic manipulation. That means over time, bruh. Not just in one baby, it's
Right.
gonna be a white person. It's
Right.
genetically impossible,
so
my
explain
nigga.
that genetic line though, Josh.
I did, bro.
So I have to have an albino right here, right?
Yes.
And then another albino.
Right.
They
No.
have a baby?
No.
Okay, an albino and a black person. They have a baby. The
Right.
baby's light skinned.
Right.
Then this baby right here, she has sex with an albino.
Another one.
And then that
It
baby
gets lighter, and
again.
it keeps going.
And then it keeps going, and then their hair gets thin.
It keeps going.
Their hair gets thin and they turn into a different person.
Bruh. Then they send them to the mountains, they start fucking dogs, they start fucking animals, my nigga, and it changed their whole blood structure, my nigga.
So this is what I have.
Because it is proven
This
fact
person,
Right.
this
that
person
white
that
people
got
have
manipulated
another-
down that gene line, right?
Right.
All the way till there was one white person, right? Just get what I'm saying. Like all these gene lines got manipulated to one white person, right?
Okay.
And then the next person did it to another white person, right?
Okay.
And then the next family did it to a white person. Let's send these people away. That's what happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
You just
We can
you
move
just said it,
on.
my
We can
nigga.
move
You
on
just
now,
exactly
because-
said it.
because I understand where you think you're coming from. You feel me? And we got our understanding. We can move on to the next topic.
Okay,
We ain't
but
gonna
that,
get
hey,
nowhere
can
with
we
that.
can we
Because
come
that
to the
don't make no
agreement?
damn sense
Hey,
to me.
but can we
But
come to
there's
the
a lot of
agreement?
stuff that I
Look,
look at doesn't make no
Can
sense,
I-
bro.
can we
So
come
you
to
don't
the
say
agreement?
that, it's like,
Hey.
look, how can you say that when things don't make sense in the sense that you can't
But hey,
you
but
can't
wait,
make sense
hold
of that,
on. Can I say this though? Since you came to that agreement and you don't want to do the research about the facts about that, there's no factual shit about because it's genetically impossible based off of the facts I got to have a white person how it says in this book. So if we had to compare which one was right, it's obviously the one I'm talking about.
All right, listen.
We're gonna
this
go
is my
with the
thing.
facts.
You have to-
Right, we going with the facts, bro.
Have your facts lined up.
Hey, but
They are lined up. What are you
All
talking
my facts
about?
are going to come out of here. Period.
I know, but that's not
You know what I'm
factual stuff. I'm telling you right now.
It's factual.
You, like I said
Bro,
last
like I
time, bro,
said,
you
but
don't
listen.
even know what you didn't even know what the Holy Bible meant, my nigga, until I showed you what it
The
was.
description of the Holy Bible meant that to what you researched, though, bro. Like, let me do my research on the Holy Bible. I did.
No, I'm talking about the
I did
actual
actually
word,
know
my
the
nigga.
actual word too, but I just don't know where it is in my book.
In your book? It can't say it in your book,
I'm
my
not talking
nigga.
about that. I'm talking about this one that I've been having my research in.
Oh yeah, you
Okay,
looked
so-
up the actual
Yeah,
words and the
yeah.
root word of what Holy Bible
What did
is.
you say it was last time?
Helios Biblios,
Sunbook.
and it's the Sun Book.
Yeah.
That's facts, bro. It's facts.
But what?
But what, bro? I told you last time it was all based off of astrology, bro. The sun coming back is the actual sun.
Next time.
Like,
Okay.
Okay.
Let's go to the next topic. The next topic can be God making a mistake and coming back to the
okay, yeah,
earth
let's
to
jump.
change things.
Yeah, let's jump back there.
He had to change things because something was wrong, and he had to make Jesus or Moses be able to split water, or Noah be able to make a whole boat without no tools. So how that was
And I already
spiritual,
told
right?
you who Noah
So on
Ark is
physical-
and the new
So on a
Unk.
spiritual
I
world,
explained the fucking two stories how they stole that story from the new Unk, bro.
I know that.
It sounds like it,
so
my
in the
nigga.
spiritual, so in the physical world, how was? That's what I'm saying. Like, how did God? How are people doing these spiritual things if we live in a physical world, bro? Who's doing that?
Doing what?
These spiritual things, these healing people, walking on water, talking to bushes, splitting water, all this stuff. He's only done those to those certain people, and those people are the same people that we are, the same people that you said, oh, we are those people, the Hebrew Israelites or whoever they were. If we're those people, why did he only choose them specific people in those books, John? And if that was in Africa, for one, why are they named even that? But that's a whole different topic. That's a whole different topic. Whatever.
Right, that is.
But
Write that down. What did you say?
How are they names? What they are in this book? Is those are English names.
What name?
John, Mark,
Jacob,
and John,
Luke, Adam, Matthew.
Are y'all? Come on, bro.
Okay, but listen, we're not gonna go there yet. We're not gonna go there.
Right, we're not
What
going there.
is in English, bro?
Do you know their names in Hebrew?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Some of them, but like not all of them.
Okay.
Okay, so
Do you think that matters?
Yeah.
Okay,
Language
so
matters. Words matters.
okay, so if
Names
you don't
matter?
know their names,
Do you know their names?
I mean, do you know Jacob's name?
Jacob, I did know his name, but it was like, I did know Jacob's name, bro.
Yaqub.
What'd you say?
Yaqub
In Hebrew?
in Hebrew.
I gotta look it up, but I don't think it was Yaqub, but you may be right. I
Okay.
gotta look that up, though.
So God chose only specific people out of a chosen nation, out of a chosen people. He only chosen out of a chosen nation. He picked certain people out of that nation to perform these spiritual enlightenments on the world, right?
On the people. On his people. To show his power to the people.
To show His power to the people.
Mm-hmm.
So then everybody ain't chosen it, right?
What do you mean everybody's not chosen? You're right.
Can I ask a question?
Everybody has a different path.
Hey, can I ask a question
Everybody
though?
has a different path.
If okay,
I don't feel
if-
like we're gonna ever get.
hold on, bro. I got a question right now. Right, you're the chosen ones, right?
Our people, yeah.
Okay, so
What power?
your
You
God.
said that-
Wait, hold
you
on.
said the
Listen,
same
I
thing
just
last time.
damn, bro. Huh?
You already agreed on
I'm
this
just letting you
part.
know.
What?
You said that exact same thing last time to me.
What?
That black people are the chosen people.
Melanated.
Yeah, melanated.
Right,
That's what
okay.
you said. Melanated
Right.
people are the chosen people of the world, right?
Right.
Okay.
Okay,
I'm gonna
so
need an explanation after the
Okay. If that's the case, we know that white people believe in Jesus, right? And they pray to Jesus,
White
right?
people believe in Jesus?
Yeah.
They don't.
No, they don't.
What?
They don't, bro.
How can you?
Who made that book? A white person or a black person?
Wait. Time out. Wait. Hold on. Wait, my nigga. Wait. You trying to tell me right now, my nigga, that a white person, I got white friends, my nigga, and I could walk in their house right now, my nigga, and see a fucking Jesus.
A white Jesus.
No, I'm talking about, nigga.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They believe in
So
us.
you're saying-
They believe in us.
Oh my gosh, bruh. Hey, oh my God, bruh. Look, hold on, bruh. You niggas didn't even let me. See, I was already getting you, bruh. You can't, bruh. You can't because you
Alright,
said
we
See
have
a Jesus up there. That's
Hold
what you
on,
said,
bruh.
That picture.
Hold on.
That's what you said, though.
Look, regardless, look.
Damn, bro. Hey, and that was funny how you did that video too, putting up that white Jesus.
No,
Knowing that that's not how we rock. Can I put
Look,
this in your
bruh.
trash, bro?
Yeah. That's good.
Look, bruh.
I'm telling you.
White
that's
people
not-
believe
Look.
in the white man.
Okay.
White, but the
Do
white
they
man-
read the same
She
book?
was not white.
Huh?
Do they read the same book? Do
They
they go to
don't
church?
read the book, bro.
Do they go to church
go to-
and read the same book?
Let me ask you a
bro?
question. Let me ask you a question.
Okay, but
Most
look,
white
y'all
people
didn't
be
even let me
Catholic,
build,
bro.
bro.
Most white people be Roman Catholic.
Can y'all let me build,
But you're
bro?
asking a question and I gotta ask.
But you can't ask a question with a question. You
It's
can
not
only
really a
answer
question.
the question,
It is
bro.
an answer.
Read
It's just
completely
a
different.
question
They
for
read
you
the New
to answer as
Testament.
far as, have you been to church
That's the
before?
Old Testament.
Yeah. We can take it there, my nigga, and they can go look at the damn video, bro, because I got the shit. I showed you a 90,000-year-old zodiac sign. I showed you a 200,000-year-old African civilization, my nigga. I can pull it up on my phone. Since you niggas is retarded, my nigga, and you niggas always want to
And then on top of that,
do this shit,
everything
bro.
that's in that book, did it not come? Did the source of everything in that book not come from the outside
Man,
world?
bro, this shit is retarded.
What do you mean the outside world? It came from
Okay,
the nation.
the experience
It
of
came from the
outside,
nation.
experience
The
of
people.
life.
Yes,
To
it came
be
from the
real.
Israelites.
So,
The people that were in this book.
Okay, so
That's,
when you say,
it came from them. Yeah, their journey through the world.
so when you say some stuff like, how could you believe in Google when the stuff that's in y'all book is on Google and it's on your phone, it's on everything, right?
Or books before the internet.
Was the scrolls before the book?
Before that, come on. Was it before the internet? Books.
Books
Or books before the internet.
Yes.
How did we
Yes,
get
sir.
information before the internet and TV and all that shit?
from communication our mouths and from watching the universe and looking
How
at
did
the
we
plants and
learn?
the
How
animals.
did we learn?
From the animals, bro.
How did we learn?
From the animals.
From the animals?
Yes.
So
Hold
we
on,
sat in
hold
class
on.
while some
I got
animals
to.
taught
I'm
us?
about
You
to.
said what?
We sat in class while the animals taught us?
So hold on. So class, there was no school in the back in the days. When
I'm
God put us here, and then he said,
The animals teach us how to talk?
That's what he's at. That's what I'm asking you.
That's a natural thing.
Yeah, like, what are you talking
eh, hold on, are
saying
animals,
we
do
learn from
animals
animals?
need teaching?
Yeah.
What? Yes! What are you
Nigga,
talking
I can go-
about? Nigga,
I can go
birds
through-
don't
Yeah,
need
natural
teaching to build
selection.
nests.
Yeah,
That's
Oh,
it.
Okay. Okay. I know.
I thought you were talking about as far
African
as
civilization. These niggas think I'm playing with the shit, bro. I don't play, nigga. I show straight facts, my nigga. Since you want to show the shit, bro, I'll show you again. I'll show, nigga. This is.
That looked like a
I don't give a fuck what it look like, nigga. That's an African
Okay.
civilization.
Bro, so
Okay,
do
nigga. It
animals-
was outdated
do
your damn
animals
book,
need to be
bro.
taught?
Okay, but
Do animals need to be
information
taught?
doesn't have like that doesn't have anything to do with
With what? How it outdates your book?
no, it doesn't have anything to do with your conscious mind movement. Like that doesn't have anything to do with
Right.
your actual what I'm trying
Bro,
to say.
Did you?
Conclusion.
Okay.
Hey,
Can I ask you a question?
listen.
Did you not just say show you a 200,000-year-old civilization?
Right, but that ain't shit to me though, bro. That looks like some sand, like some kid playing in the
I don't give a fuck what it looked like to you, nigga. It's the facts about this shit.
Where you get that from? Where is that supposed to be on? The wall?
Bruh, it's there. What you mean? It's in Africa right now, my nigga.
No, I can see you doing the most and like you feeling yourself and shit. But like I'm saying, is that on the wall or like?
No,
where's
it's in
that at?
Africa, bro.
Okay, well, it's in Africa.
Right.
Are you an African?
Yeah.
There we go. So you stay in Africa, you feel me, and be an African and go with the zodiac signs, and we'll be.
But my shit outdates your fucking book by
Okay, but listen, bro, this is all I'm saying.
years.
And this is what I was saying. Animals, do they
That's
not
weird,
have,
bro.
like you said, instinct, natural instinct? They don't need to be taught.
Right.
They were, so when God put the animals here and we came down here not knowing what was going on,
Man, bro.
lost, right? Even it was lost, right? Yeah.
What do you mean you was lost?
They didn't know what the fuck to do.
They were just in the world. And,
They didn't know nothing. Or did God put all the information in them and they just knew exactly what to do?
They knew what to do.
So why the fuck did they eat the apple?
Animals,
And
nigga.
why did they?
She was deceived.
She was deceived by what?
A snake.
Obviously, like, what did it say in the Bible, bro?
Come on,
I don't
bro.
believe that, bro.
Man.
No, you can't no snake.
Right.
For one, God, if you're a God, if you were made by God, and if you, bro, can I finish, bro? Thank you. If you were made by a God, and I have this intellect, how can I be deceived by a fucking snake? How can I be deceived by a snake?
I would
How
know
is
a
a
snake
slithering
can't
snake
talk, nigga.
going to deceive me?
If
to
ain't
eat
no
an apple
other
off a
animal
tree
talk,
that
I would've damn-
God, why would I say, oh, I'm gonna listen to you, and God just told me not to eat from the garden.
Right,
and
nigga,
eat
what
it.
the fuck?
That don't make no sense, bro. Does that make sense?
I know. I'm not asking you
Okay,
questions.
go ahead, bro. Because
This is what it said.
but listen, you
Fuck
can't
dancing, my
explain to me what's out of that book when what I'm trying to explain to you is already out of the book.
Right.
It's already in that book. What I'm saying to you is already in that book.
Just read the scripture.
Okay, read the scripture. Read the scripture.
It says, for as the heavens are higher than the earth,
Right.
so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. Meaning,
So-
God's ways are higher than yours, bro.
Yes.
His thoughts are higher than yours.
Yes.
You can't. You asking me the question of a talking snake at a time of point, nigga.
Mhm.
Nigga, I'm not God, bro. So
Right.
how can I outthink like how God manipulated a snake to talking to Eve, bro?
So
to have
so
her
who
eat that
who
apple?
told
that's a
who told
contradiction,
so
bro.
who told
That's
Moses?
how God,
So
bro.
who told
His ways
Moses?
are higher than ours, bro. God can do that type
So
of
then
shit.
you will
God
never be
can
able to
make a
understand
bird
that
talk,
book.
bro.
So then
To
you will
Moses.
never be able to understand that book.
How am I not gonna be able to understand it?
Because his
Higher thought.
vision about that book is higher than yours. You just said it.
You're right, but
So you will never be able.
Listen to what I'm telling you, bro.
We listening, bro.
Right, we
When I say that, it's in the sense of exactly what you just asked me. A snake deceiving Eve. Yes,
How can
nigga,
you say
his
what
ways-
sense it
his
is
ways
in,
are
nigga,
higher
when
than
you
ours,
just said
bro.
God already said
Okay,
it?
so God made this. So God, who created Adam and
You
Eve,
lost me.
then made a snake to deceive what He just created to want to have perfect.
Say that again.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. So God made Adam and Eve, then He made a snake to deceive them, what He wanted to be perfect.
Bro, like I just said, bro.
So
His ways are higher than yours.
okay,
So
I
when you ask me
understand
that
that.
type of question,
I understand what you're
it's
saying,
like
but
a
listen,
manipulative question.
it's
You
not
know what I'm saying?
manipulation
So
because
God's
it's in that book for you to
manipulating you,
understand.
nigga.
Oh, I know.
Right.
Okay, then
That's
so
why you
it's
have the
coming,
book.
it's not coming from God. It's coming from
That
the
book.
understanding of what's already in the book. So I'm not going outside of
How do you?
God's of God's nigga intellect of what He can already give us, bro. Like I'm not going into it's what's answer your question.
Well, what I was gonna ask you is like, I'm damn near lost because you were saying something, but
I still want to know if God has a higher perception than you and He made this book, how in the world do you think you're going to be able to perceive it?
Okay, the book first of all is made for us. This to us in the truth is God's word.
But we
You see
are
what I'm
all
saying?
one.
So how do you learn to live your life and build your nation through His word?
Okay,
You
so
see what
if
I'm
that's
saying?
the case,
so it's
and
not.
He has
It's
a
not.
higher.
Listen, His higher. I'm explaining that to you right now.
Okay.
When you ask me, like, how did God talk to Moses through a burning bush? That's His ways being higher than yours, bro. You're thinking scientifically that can never be possible. But God's ways is higher than yours. So
Okay.
you
But He
can't
had to make
understand.
it physical for
Hold on,
us to
let me finish, though.
understand.
What are you talking about?
He had
I'm
to make
telling
it
you, bro.
physical for us to understand, right? That's why He made Jesus physical for us to understand what's going on.
Right.
He has to make it physical,
He has
not
to.
spiritual. We
Has
can't
to, 'cause
understand
that's physical.
spiritual
Right.
because we live in a physical world.
Exactly.
It's common sense. So He had to make it physical.
To understand, to get God's spirit, you have to read.
You gotta read.
Which is read something physical, nigga?
And you also gotta have common sense,
Says that
bro.
in the
They're
book, though.
in Proverbs, bro. It tells you
Everybody
people
read
got
it.
common sense, bro.
Everybody's reading stuff.
Right.
Everybody's reading stuff.
Right.
Reading stuff off the internet, reading stuff in a book, it don't matter.
Right.
Right, but it didn't come from God, the other shit that we reading. And why is it that
Exactly.
you got
Right.
you got millions of black
That
people who
didn't
can't come to the same
Exactly.
conclusion about one
Or
book,
what we
but
have
then
don't come from
I can
God.
get a group
That
of
didn't come from
10-year-olds, my nigga, to read the Harry
was
Potter
Moses,
book,
right?
and they'll know all the characters, they'll know all the stories, they'll know exactly what the fuck happened, nigga. And
But that's
in this
good,
shit, you can't even, like, right now, nigga, we got problems with this damn book because nobody can come to a certain agreement about the damn book. There's so many different names. You got Yakub, you got Yeshua, you got Jesus, you got Jacob, Matt, like,
That's
you got
why-
so
that's
many
where
different
the-
names,
You know why
bro.
you don't have a problem with the book, Josh?
So then,
Because-
Muslims, why do Muslims have a problem with it, bro? Why do Muslims read their own
Who,
book?
Muslims?
Yeah.
Muslims read this book, bro.
Okay,
If you
but
know
why
anything
aren't-
about that culture, my
I
nigga,
understand
the
that.
Muslims use the Quran and the Holy Bible.
So
bro.
why aren't you guys connected? Why you guys can't come together and
Why
read
can't
the
we come
same?
together? Because they're the Ishmaelites, nigga. They had us in slavery, my nigga.
See, so
That's
that's
why.
that's what I'm saying,
They're not
nigga.
melanated
You
like
niggas
you.
cannot come to the same agreement about the
Off
damn
the same
book.
book.
It ain't even about that, nigga.
So
They
y'all
got
still
their
mad,
own-
and y'all
they got their own-
and y'all believe in Jesus. Y'all supposed to forgive them, get on with that shit, and move on.
Right, you gotta forgive
What do you
everybody,
know
my
about
nigga.
Jesus?
You have to
What?
forgive everybody,
What do you know
bro.
about Jesus?
I know that nigga. He saves sins, bruh. If you
For who?
For his chosen people or whoever believes.
Exactly.
According
So
to
is
the
he
Bible.
gonna save the fucking Ishmaelites?
He gonna save
The
anybody.
Arabs?
Right,
He gonna
it
save
says
anybody who believes.
You have to
Where do we
forgive,
say
my
that?
nigga. You
Where
gotta
do we say
forgive
that?
everybody, bro.
Pull the scripture.
He's gonna say.
Pull the scripture where it say that.
You pull the scripture, nigga.
You
That's
pull
your
it ain't
book,
in there.
my nigga.
That's why it ain't in there. So
It
that's what I'm
is.
saying. You're saying what it says in the Bible.
So Jesus
I'm telling
doesn't say
you to
nothing
pull
about
the
saving
scripture.
people.
Right.
What?
So Jesus doesn't say anything about.
It doesn't say
saving
love your
people.
It
enemy,
says
bro.
about
It don't say
saving
love your
all
enemy,
of
bro.
Throughout the whole Bible.
It don't say love your enemy. It don't say love your enemy.
What?
It doesn't say love your enemy.
In the Bible.
No, nigga. No.
Come on, bro. I know it says that, bro.
Not in the way that you think, though. You're thinking like you don't have any
It can't be in
understanding.
the way of your thinking.
Your understanding, your understanding,
God's intellect is higher
your
than yours.
understanding ain't even there, bro.
Your understanding ain't
You don't
either,
read
bro.
it,
Your understanding ain't there either, bro.
constantly read this shit,
I don't
so
care.
have an understanding,
Your
bro.
God has a higher understanding than you, bro. So it doesn't even matter what your understanding is about that book.
Bro,
And
you
on top of
have
that,
no
like,
God, bro.
hey, Moses
You have no God.
Moses
How you gonna tell
wasn't
me
there
about
in the beginning
Because
to know that.
You tell me, nigga.
I already
You
know
tell
who
me
my
you don't
God
have
is.
to.
My so-called God is.
Moses
My
It's
wasn't
you,
there
right?
to
It's
even
you.
see.
I'm
that
an
Adam and
extension
Eve
of him,
was
yeah.
deceived by snake. But they're
Yeah.
talking about that. Nobody was there, bro. So God told Moses about what happened in the beginning. Like he seen the flashes, or he came down in the spirit and an
This is
angel.
how I feel about
something.
y'all, bro. I'm just gonna pull the scripture on y'all.
Okay.
This is what it say, bro. It said, "For the Lord hath poured out upon you the spirit of a deep sleep, and hath closed your eyes, and the prophets and the rulers and seers have he covered. And the visions of all is become unto
You're not talking about us. We the chosen people,
hold up,
bro.
listen, unto you as the words of the book that is sealed, which men deliver to one that is learned, saying, read this, I pray thee. And he said, I cannot,
Okay.
for it is sealed. Do you understand that, or should I break that
No,
down?
I understand that, but now
What does that mean?
Can I say something,
What does
bro?
it mean?
That means that we're
Let's be
confused
honest.
and we sleep, and
You
that
don't
we've
wanna
been
listen to me,
confused.
bro, 'cause I got too much shit for you, bro.
So what
If
is
you
it?
heard what I said,
Okay.
it's been given to men
Mm-hmm.
to learn.
Right.
You feel me? The men is the other nations. If you know something about the Bible, when they talk about certain things in the Bible, you got to know what it's talking about. When it's given to men,
Mm-hmm.
you feel me? That's the other nations, and it said that they have learned. You feel me?
I don't understand why the book don't just say nations. Why they saying men? Why are they making it confusing for me to be confused? That don't even make sense on
It's
top
not
of that.
for you to be confused.
It
bro.
is. If it's not saying exactly what it's supposed to mean,
Look, bro,
then I'm confused.
You know why
Right.
you're confused?
Because it's
you
not
believe
saying-
you believe in that your God is energy, bro. Just some ball of energy.
Hold on. Do we
That's
not have
why,
spirits
bro.
and do we not have
No,
souls?
we do.
Can I
So
ask you a
do
question,
you
bro?
not believe
I'm gonna
that?
just finish the.
Can I ask you a question, bro?
What?
So you do not believe that God is a spirit or a soul? You believe He's a man, a physical man, doing spiritual things?
Want me to finish this?
Yeah. Go ahead and finish it.
All right. It says, and the book is delivered to him that is not learned, saying, read this, I pray thee. And he said, I am not learned. Wherefore the Lord said, for as much as this people draw near me with their mouth and with their lips do honor me, but have removed their hearts far from me, and their fear toward me is taught by the precept of men.
That book was taught
So,
by another
do
man, right?
You understand what that means, though?
That
That
book was wrote by
listen, I'm
another
gonna
man.
take you back to what that means, though. When we were in slavery, for instance, right?
Mhm.
And you were whipped, you couldn't read, you couldn't write, you feel me? You couldn't do nothing, right?
That's when we got that book.
Right. Listen what I'm telling you. You
Right.
couldn't do anything, right? What did the Bible just tell you, bro? That God's word is taught through the precept of men.
So do you think
Yeah,
that
but
slavery?
But man is
So
nations,
do
though,
you
right?
think? Listen, do
Listen,
you
it
think?
means
So
nations.
look, do you think
Or
that
just in
we-
certain parts it means nations?
Men, you.
What are you
But
talking about?
because you said in the beginning you said when he says men, he's talking about the nations. He gave it to the nations. Did you not say that?
Listen, bro. Yeah, I did say that. I
Okay,
said
so
this.
now
listen.
when you say
I said,
men,
listen.
I'm thinking nations.
But listen, in the
Okay.
book, when you read though, when God is talking about a specific group, you feel me? He uses different names. You feel me? He call them fucking dogs.
Hold on,
in the book.
time
You feel me?
out. Can we agree that God did not write that book?
Because it was man that
God
wrote.
didn't physically write it.
Okay.
God put it in the prophet's spirit to write this.
He put it in a
There we go.
physical man's spirit to write it.
Yeah.
So
So
that means he don't have free will.
What do you mean he don't have free will? He was already in the spirit, bro.
who?
The prophets, nigga, that he gave the word to, these prophets were already in the spirit of God, bro.
So they didn't
How
have
do
free
you get
will.
the spirit of God?
Through their nation, bro. Their nation kept the
Through-
spirit of
through
God.
their
bro.
nation?
Yeah.
How does the nation-
Everybody, just like how the Chinese are Buddhist. You
Right.
feel what I'm saying? The majority of China
Right.
is Buddhist.
Right.
You feel me? That's
That's
how
their
we were
nation.
at a point, nigga. We
And
had
where
our
were
own
we at?
God.
Where were we at?
You feel me?
Where were we at?
What do you mean? Where were we at?
Where was our nation at when we had this information?
I'm not getting your
Where are
question. Are you
people-
talking about our actual location?
Yes, sir.
Like
Yes, sir.
in the continent of
Yes, sir.
Africa?
Yes,
okay,
sir.
Yeah.
So it was in
All
Africa,
so
right?
No, it wasn't in Africa.
He's gonna
It
say
was that land
Israel.
is Canaan. But you feel me?
He's gonna say Israel. Do you know the size of Israel, my nigga?
I don't know the complete size, but do you know the complete size?
Nigga,
It's big
when
enough for our
you
nation.
look at Africa, my nigga, and you look at Israel, nigga, it's this motherfucking big. So you
Oh,
saying
yeah, I
all
know
the black
that.
motherfucking races came out of this little ass motherfucking place, bruh? That's what you telling me, bruh.
Let me tell you this though. The land wasn't just that little bit small like you saying though, bro.
Compared
It's
to
just-
Africa. That's what he just.
I just
Our
compared it.
land went through Africa too, bro.
How?
You feel me? It was big enough because everybody had a place that God put them in around Jerusalem. You feel me? So it was like
But you just said that they all
the
came from
southern
Israel.
kingdom and the northern kingdom.
But you just said they all came from Israel.
Yeah,
And that's
the
a
main
small
spot,
ass,
though, bro.
little ass fucking spot out of fucking Africa. I would honestly say that's probably not even 1%, my nigga. Real talk. If you look at Israel, like, nigga, I'll bring up the map, my nigga. Since niggas want facts and want visual shit, bruh. If you look at Israel on a map, my nigga, it's this fucking big, bruh.
Hey,
Yes.
yeah, connect to the Wi-Fi.
I don't know the code. It's on the box.
Oh shit, it's good.
I want to know how all black races came out of Israel, my nigga.
Where's Jerusalem?
Hmm?
Where's Jerusalem?
I don't know.
Josh, where's Jerusalem?
I'm not a geographical
Or
major.
where's it at? You know where it is, Josh? Because you know where Israel is. You know where Jerusalem is?
Damn, they're right next to each other.
No, it's the capital of Israel, right?
Okay, so you
So
talking
that's
about the same
That's
spot
the
then?
main city where
You talking about the same
we were.
spot,
Yeah. So I mean,
which is this big, my nigga.
you know where it is.
I said that in the beginning. I said we're not gonna get nowhere. I already said that.
I just feel like this is what I feel like y'all doctrine is about.
We
I don't
don't
have a
have doctrine.
document, bruh.
I
Because
said doctrine.
I don't have a
that
doctrine
because
either.
We believe that nobody knows.
You guys don't have a doctrine?
No.
Nobody knows, bruh. I'm not finna believe based upon what some man said because they
I'm
saying
not talking about-
who even said how we know that Jacob wasn't lying, Moses wasn't lying.
Right. We don't have no original scripts,
How
bro.
do we know
We
that
have
he's
no
not just
original
saying
scripts.
he's not, oh, God told me,
So
God
y'all don't have a
gave
doctrine.
me the Spirit.
No,
How do we?
you don't have
why,
no
so you
original
telling me that
scripts.
everybody just
Look
go,
up
oh,
the
I
word
believe you. I believe you. God, yeah, God did tell you specifically Moses that he came to you through the Spirit. So everybody just gonna believe him?
Bro,
That's like me saying,
Like the
yeah,
question that I
God's
asked you
telling me,
last time.
God's
This is
telling
the
me to
question
do
I asked
this
you last time.
and have these meetings.
this is the question I asked you last time, and you already answered yes. I'm gonna ask you again. Can your God that y'all believe in
I already
do
told
anything?
you. No, I already told you my answer. I said he already did everything.
This is what a doctrine is. A belief or set of beliefs held and taught by a church, political party, or other group.
And that's what y'all do, right?
No.
It says other belief.
Other group?
Other group. What?
What's
That's
the
what
other
y'all
group?
do. Y'all teach certain shit.
We're not
You guys are
teaching.
teaching. You guys are
What do you
basically
mean?
teaching another doctrine.
We're not teaching.
We're not teaching nothing, bro.
Then what are you guys doing? Like, what is it? Like, I know.
That's
like,
what I'm
We're
saying.
connected.
How can
you guys-
anybody
We're already
connect?
connected,
How can
bro.
anybody
You're not
connect that don't
connecting
even know what
with
they're
people.
connected to?
You're
bro?
telling
No,
people what
I'm
you guys
connected
are
to
doing.
the
You
earth.
know,
Right. Say that
like
again.
you're telling the world what you like. You know, like basically like when you make videos or whatever and people watch them, you're trying to teach the people what you're talking about. You know, like you're trying to teach the people like you're eating. You know, like your food show.
That's the
or,
perfect example.
you know,
You're eating stuff.
like you're
You
kind
feel
of
me?
you're teaching
That's
people.
doctrine.
You
No,
teach-
it's not.
That's
That's
like-
it.
That's
bro.
real
But
life,
you
bro.
said you
It's
get
just
spirit
facts,
from
bro.
food.
No,
He's
no.
trying to get the black people out of the trap that they're in right now.
Exactly.
But you're
That's
teaching
what
it.
we're
You're
forgetting.
teaching. That means
Okay,
teaching.
okay.
You know, like I'm
Okay.
just being like, you know, like y'all talking about
That's
be
what I'm
smart, be
asking.
smart here.
We
Like,
don't,
that
but
means
listen,
teaching.
no, but you're saying teaching as in we're teaching something new. You niggas are in
This
the
ain't
wrong
new.
place.
This isn't new though.
And not even,
It's new when compared to other information.
That's already been here
What's
before that.
information though? Like zodiac signs?
Snakes.
Bruh, the pyramids outdate that.
Y'all
There's,
physically go to Africa and see them things on the wall,
bruh, do you know how many pyramids are around the world,
Even
bruh?
if y'all did.
Do you know how
Built
many?
by our people too.
Huh?
Exactly.
Built by our people.
So, it came before that book.
Bro, the book
Oh,
wasn't. The
and
book
to be
don't
honest,
start.
I don't
The book
think
don't
y'all can
start
fully
at like.
understand.
All right,
So
Abraham.
why isn't there
This is
no
what I'm telling
fucking nowhere else on this fucking planet of a Jesus, a Jacob, a Matthew, a God in general on anything, bruh? This is the only place where I can find God. That's it. I can't go anywhere else on this motherfucking planet, my nigga, and find Jesus, God, Matthew, Jacob, nobody, bruh.
Where are you gonna find them?
I ain't in this book. That's it.
Okay, the book ain't even in the question. Where are you gonna find it?
Where am I gonna find what? I don't need to find nobody that's in that book.
Talking about your God. Where are you gonna find it?
By eating what was put here for me, bro.
Okay, so that's your
Who's gonna
doctrine.
bring it
That's your
down?
doctrine.
Or
I get it.
naturally.
That's your
Natural.
doctrine.
It's natural,
Right.
bro.
So
Natural.
you eat natural
Natural.
things and you find God.
Exactly.
No.
Natural
God-
life,
no,
bro.
That's it.
Hey, so can I
Yeah,
just say
natural
this?
life.
Before this